There's something I want to talk about. This verse in the Bible kind of helps me when it's due to relationships. This verse it's Job 14 verse 6. Look away from him and let him rest, so that he can enjoy his day like a hired hand. What this verse means to me is that, when you're kind of confused about any situation, in regards to relationships, you just look away. God is telling you to look away and let him rest. Allow him to kind of digest the situation, digest what's been going on between the two of you. Um, Allow him to kind of, like I said, recuperate. It's a lot for a person. It takes a lot for a person um, to really um, figure out what's going on, especially when you're intimate with a person. When you're intimate with a person, it's not just like you're being intimate with this person that just never has sex with anybody. This person is just a virgin, hasn't been touched. And when a person has been touched, or you've been touched by a person, it's a lot that you're taking in, a lot that's going inside of you. And excuse me, my stomach has been hurting. I just finished throwing up. But yeah, it's a lot that's been done to this person, and then you're kind of transferring all of these fluids and whatnot onto the other body. So mentally, this person is kind of, going through a lot, and you are, on top of that, you're going through a lot as well. So it's like mentally, you have to gather yourself. Emotionally, you have to gather yourself. You have to take time to really consider being with this person, or, just reflect on what happened in that situation with that other person. So God is saying, look away from him, look away from them, and rest. You take rest, and that other person needs to take rest as well. Especially if you're dealing with a person that is, that has a business, or they're employed. It's basically saying, allow this person to go on and enjoy his day, their day, like a hired hand. Even though this person, hired hands is like, what I get from that is that a hired hand can be a person that is, you know, they're doing their job regardless. They're getting paid, and they're doing what they have to do to, meet society's standards. They have to go on, and even, and basically they have to transition from the personal mindset to the business mindset. And it's like this person is kind of like living both worlds. So they can't focus on personal situations when they have, business that they're dealing with. And what kind of troubles me about this is that it's like, how can you ever fully give yourself up to someone, or open yourself up to opportunity, when you are so, closed in by society? It's so easy for a person to lose sight of what they got going on with somebody else, when they are, when they have so many expectations and so much on their shoulders about what they need to do, what they have to do, and just, life gets the best of them. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about this verse, and it kind of helps me let go of any relationship that I'm in, because it puts my mind in a place where, I have to focus on home. I have to focus on what I have going on in my life, and I have to allow myself to let go of the thought of this person, and let go of this person in general, because it's not doing me any good wandering outside of, my home or my situation. Um, so this is kind of what helps me get past a person, or get past any relationship that I'm dealing with, because it just kind of grounds me to knowing that, a person is going to be a person. If they got a job, they're gonna have obligations. They're obligated to do certain things, and if they forget about me, allow that leaf to go on in the wind. Don't go chasing the wind. That's also in the Bible. It speaks on, don't go chasing the wind and stuff like that. You can't grab it. It's going to pass by regardless of what you try to do. So you allow this person to carry on. And if that person comes back to you, or that experience comes back to you, it's meant for you. But if not, you just allow it to pass, just like any thought or idea. You allow it to be passive for that moment. Another verse that I came across was Ecclesiastes 5:7. And this one kind of, this doesn't really relate to relationships, but it helps me when I can't figure out my dreams, or I can't really interpret it, and it kind of gives me some type, it mind boggles me in a way where I just can't release, because I'm so troubled in my mind. And this verse is, for when dreams increase, empty words grow many. But do you fear God? If you fear God, you will know how to be obedient to the situation. Dreams increase. As dreams increase, and This kind of gave me a visual of like the open sky. Just look at those dreams as a sky full of stars. You're so amazed by the sight. It's basically breathtaking. So as you stand there, you're looking at all these stars, and you just can't put the words together to really express how you feel in that moment. So that's when it speaks on empty words grow many. So empty words grow many, meaning you're kind of speechless to the whole experience. You're in awe. You're amazed. And but then after it all, like, what kind of snaps you out of that amazement is, do you fear God? Just think of God foreshadowing you in the midst of that amazement. You know, you're not going to go too far, and you're not going to, do anything that will kind of hurt your relationship with God. So it's kind of teaching you how to be cautious in the midst of dreaming, because in the midst of dreaming, it's easy to kind of get led off of that edge, and you fall, and you're just kind of, gone. But God kind of grounds you to where, if I step off this ledge, I can't be tempted. Just as when the devil tempted one of God's chosen ones. He said, you step off this ledge. Go ahead and step off this ledge. God will send his angels, and he will save you. But then the chosen one spoke obediently and said, I shall not tempt the Lord. The God also mentions, do not tempt the Lord. So it's like, even though you're in awe and you're kind of being led astray, God grounds you back into, that security, to think, you can't get too ahead of yourself in that moment. So it kind of gives you, some type of grounding to the situation. So, yeah, it's just in those moments you have to always remember, God is with you, but don't do anything too tempting, because you don't want to give off the wrong impression or send off the wrong message. These dreams can be just like that. Any moment you're experiencing that's kind of mind blowing, it's just like that. But you have to always remember and always know that, God is with you. So therefore, when you're being taken away in these dreams and you become so speechless, God knows your mind. So you don't have to speak. God will be there. God knows. God hears you even when the words don't come from your mouth. God knows. So always be mindful, and the more tempting you feel, don't question it. Just be there in a moment and let it pass. You don't have to speak too much. And as amazing as these stars is, you will become speechless, because the more amazement that comes to you, the less you have to say about anything. And maybe this is a moment to where you just have to be silent. Just be silent, and always know, and always keep in mind what God's teachings and God's lessons, to keep you from going overboard.